it is $27.18 dollars according to the stand where it is right now. So this is the time. Meaning today, if you are investing $200, let me see here. If you're investing $200, you'll be getting around 7 tokens. Guys, this is another chance for us. You see, I'm going to invest more money. This one, I'm going to invest more money. So this is $200. So it means that with $200, you can earn, you can have 7.4858 tokens of what? Of ONF, because the market has gone down a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is why I say that we have a very big opportunity for ourselves to continue buying more at a less price, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that is that. If you have heard that, if you have gotten the point, now the ball is in your hands. You can go and buy more tokens. You can go and stake more money into the system, and you continue earning from that side. Okay, guys, let me go direct here. As we are continuing to learn about this, as we're continuing to enjoy the money in the crypto staking with the Oracle DAO, we have already had many leaders mentioning Web3 and DeFi, Web3 and DeFi, Web3 and DeFi. Now, this is why this morning I am here to throw more light onto these specifically 2 things, Web3 and DeFi. All right. Now, let us go into the deep or some deep understanding of this. First of all, we shall ask a question. What is, okay, let me start from here. We are going to ask ourselves a question that when we talk about Web3 and DeFi, what do we specifically mean, ladies and gentlemen? Now, many of us have already been hearing about, you can have a wallet, you can have your money there, you can have, then we mentioned different wallets. You can have finance, it is called what? Trusty wallet, you can have this, you can have that, Exodus, blah, blah, blah. And we are saying these wallets are seated onto the Web3 kind of system. Now, look here. I've been seeing something here with Jucoin. Now, look here. You look at just here on my screen. Jucoin, they're bringing us what? They're showing us Ju.com Web3 wallet migration. Now, when you go to Binance itself, I don't know if I can be able to show you. I don't know if I can be able to show you here. I don't know if I'll be able to see this. When you come here and you check this one is a wallet. When you come and check this Binance wallet, oh, restore. I don't want to go into this now. Anyways, this when you go to check very many into Web3, one question: what is DeFi? In simple language, DeFi is decentralized finance. But let us read this together. Banking without banks, a financial system built on a blockchain. Now, the decentralized finance, this one is kicking out all the middlemen. The middlemen, that is the banks, that is the agents in particular areas, that is. So if you're dealing with the decentralized finance, it means you're going to be doing transactions, you're going to be transferring your money from me directly to you, from my wallet to yours direct. For example, if you have money on maybe your Jucoin, you want to transfer that money to me, okay? You just get my wallet address, all right? You get my public key that I have been able to share with you. You deposit my $100, you deposit my $200, you deposit whatever amount. So it is direct from me to you, and the charges are very, very, very small. Borrow, lend, save, trade using smart contracts. This is also in the decentralized finance. Now, we are looking at another term into this that is called the smart contract. We are going to look at that. Examples: Uniswap, Aave, MakerDAO. You can also name those other DAOs that you know that are dealing with or that are already into the decentralized finance. Okay, now this one is DeFi, but we also have what we call the CeFi or the centralized finance. That one is also there. That's why you see we have this one as the opposite of the other. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us go down here and we talk about what is a smart contract, right? A self-executing program on blockchain that runs automatically when conditions are met. Now, the word contract itself stands for, we can call it a memorandum of understanding. Of course, I know these are differing in one way or another, but I'm bringing up a term that can help you understand what I'm explaining better. So a contract, in other words, can be termed as a memorandum of understanding. Copy me well. I said, I know that they are different, but I'm using this term to help you understand what I'm trying to mean, right? So someone may say, no, that's not what it is. I know what I'm saying. So now, ladies and gentlemen, a contract, this one can be a document in that line. It can be a phrase. It can be a written whatever that is having terms and conditions that have to be met for something to happen. You see, for example, we have seen products that, for example, alcohol. I'm a Muslim, I do not take, but of course I have seen many adverts, and one of the conditions there, they say terms and conditions apply. I don't know if you have seen that. Then they say, don't take if you're under 18 years. I know you have seen those ones. Now, this is also another form of contracting or contract. Okay? For the people who go to, for people who acquire jobs in big firms or big companies, you have seen whereby the bosses and the employees sit on table and then they talk about different conditions. If you're going to work with us, you're going to work for us for this period of time. This is the money we're going to be paying you. The arrival time is this. The departure time is that one. This is the dress code. This is how we are going to operate. That is a contract. Okay? They're now making a contract. Am I talking to someone? I may be talking to myself. Let me first say I'm talking to someone. If you're there, give me a 2 in the chat. If you're trying to copy what I'm explaining, give me a 2 in the chat. You're trying to copy what I'm explaining, give me a 2 in the chat. Investor Isaac, thank you. Okay. Yes, Dixon, how are you? Yeah, okay. Okay, we proceed. We proceed. Yeah, so just like, because someone may think when we talk about a contract, this is something new that has not been happening. It has been happening already, but we are bringing this just into a new program or into another area or field where you did not know about it. Now, we are saying what is a smart contract, and we have explained that. Then we have seen how some examples of contracts. When you look at the picture here, you can see that this other person is holding the hand of the other person, meaning they have had a deal. They have talked about something. They have agreed. They have an agreement. They have gotten a memorandum of understanding. We are going to do this. This is how to operate. This is when to end. This is when to start. This is how to run it, and so on and so forth. All right. Now, smart contracts are so famous when it comes to DAOs. What we call a DAO. A DAO is what we call in our simplified language a decentralized autonomous organization. Now, this one simply means, we are explaining a DAO. This simply means that it is an organization or a group of people that has sat down to agree about particular conditions, or it is a group of people that is agreeing with the contract that has already been signed, or it is a group of people that is agreeing with the terms and the conditions in the previous contract, or the contract that is being signed, or the contract that is being well prepared. That is the DAO. It is a group of people, and when you look down here, they say a blockchain-based organization run by members, not CEOs. I remember those days when we are still writing to Royal Q to change the new marketing plan that they had brought across. We used not to get answers that are real in return. Only what we could see. Sorry for the inconveniences. Oh, your message has been received. We are sorry for the inconveniences caused. When you send a message today, even when you change the format of the message, you still receive the same answer. Even when you change, even when you write a short one, you receive the same answer. Even when you write a long message, you receive the same answer. What does that mean? It is because the system was organized by a certain person, a CEO, and these CEOs have the final say. The CEOs have the final say. They wake up in the morning, they say from today onwards, you're not going to be earning $30, $40, or $50 or $60, depending on your rank when you recruit. It will now be entirely $30 from all, on all the ranks. And that's what they have decided. And you have to either obey or you quit. Okay? It's either you obey or you quit. Okay? So that is, those are some of the problems that are happening with the companies that are being owned by certain CEOs. But with this, the DAO, it is not organized, or it is not based on members, on CEOs, but it is based on the members. Now, let me tell you this, and many of you may have not heard this about before. One of the reasons, or one of the ways, let me say this on camera. One of the ways, I'm not saying the only way, I am saying one of the ways to have our ONF DAO continue to grow in price. Okay? One of the ways is by having a bigger community, is by having a big number of people that are investing money into this. Because the ONF DAO, the ONF token, is not controlled by some CEOs that are going to say, maybe tomorrow we are going to put in a lot of money. Yes, there are people who started this right from the Genesis. That is what we call the Genesis team. But these ones do not have total control over this. They got the idea, they brought it to the public. Now, the moment you publicize maybe anything you have started, that's when now the public gets involved, and now the public starts to take control. The moment you open it to the public. Now, the Oracle DAO is for the public. That is you and I, another person you're going to recruit tomorrow. Now, if we want, I just wanted to say this on camera, if we want to see the value of the ONF DAO growing, if we want to see the price of the ONF DAO going up, if we want to see this token growing in price and value, we need to have communities growing. Someone here is just listening and watching me. They're saying, me, I stake my money and that's all. It's okay. But if you want to do some increment in the price, you need to have your team growing. You need to have your community growing. Why? Because these people are doing more buys. People are doing more buys of the token. Whenever the token is being bought, okay, it is becoming, the tokens are now reducing from the market. Okay? The more we buy, we are reducing the number of tokens in the market. All right? So whenever we reduce the market, it means we are creating scarcity. And what is the result? When the scarcity is there, there's a lot of demand. Okay? Whenever there's a lot of demand, what happens? For the people who did economics, what happens when demand rises? Tell me, give me some answers. When the demand is high, what happens? Can I have some answers? Give me some answers in the chat. What happens when the demand is high? Let me see some economists here. When the demand is high, what happens? Price shoots. Naboth says it. The price shoots. Price rise. The price rises. Okay? So meaning if we have more people buying, price, Abdul Karim, my brother, how are you? when more people are buying, we are reducing the number of tokens in the market, all right? When we do that, we are creating scarcity. That means the demand is going to be high. When the demand is high, the price is due, just like he said it. And when the price goes high, what happens? If you have, for example, today the price of the ONF is $27, right? Now, I was talking to Julius yesterday, and I told him, I know this was what was on my head, but I thought I dreamt it's something real. You know, usually we dream what we think about. We dream what is on our minds usually. So last night, not the night that brought us to this morning, but the night of yesterday, the night that brought us to yesterday, I dreamt when our ONF token is at $100. That's what I dreamed. So when I talked to Julius, he told me that's where you want it to be. Of course, that's where I want it to be. And I still believe that my thinking contributes to the execution. I don't know if you know that. Your thinking typically contributes to the execution. So because I was thinking about that, that's what I dreamed. Yeah. But then let me also sell you my idea. Just think about it. When this ONF token rises up to $100, and as we speak, you have 10 tokens. Now each one is 100. Mm-hmm. You have $50. I mean, you have 50 tokens, and each one is 100. Okay. You can also try to think about that. Let me go back to the sharing. Now, okay, let us go back here. So I have told you that if we want this price to go high, we need to do some more staking. We need to do more staking. We need to do more staking. You may not be doing it yourself, but at least you can have many other people that are staking, and then reduce the number of the tokens in the market because many people have sold. So we need to reduce these numbers. We create scarcity, we create demand, then we create the rise of the price of the token. Key points: rules written in the smart contracts, where we are talking about the DAO. In the DAO, the rules are written in a smart contracts. And here, this is where they put the focus. What are the rules written in the smart contract? Members vote using tokens. That is also another thing. In the DAOs, members vote using a token. For example, they can say, let me just give an example. There can come maybe a suggestion that the token should be listed on, for example, Binance. I'm giving an example. And then they want the community, they want the organization. Okay?